The Dahlia imperialis is best treated as a foliage plant. It grows to 2.5 to 3 metres within the UK. My one regularly grows to 3 metres. I'd say this is about 2.5 metres at the moment. And it is a late blooming dahlia. Flowers would often appear in October and November, which depends upon whether we have an early frost. If you have an early frost, you're unlikely to see the flowers. It is a majestic plant which has pinnately divided leaves, meaning the leaflets are arranged like a feather along a central stalk. I've tried to underplant this arrangement with Persicaria red dragon, and I have also got a beautiful flowering plant called Phygelius orange, and a bamboo, which is a running bamboo, but it doesn't, it's very controllable and it is not an aggressive runner. It's called Indocalmus tessellata. And the same with another bamboo I've planted called Pleoblastus viriadastris. This is also a running bamboo, but it's also infinitely controllable. It doesn't go completely wild. And you do have to cut it down in winter so that you get the luminous green colour. The Japanese loquat tree is here. It's a charming evergreen tree which is grown widely in subtropical regions. It reaches up to 8 meters tall, originally from China, large, leathery, glossy leaves. It's got a great tropical vibe. It does have white flowers that appear in autumn or early winter, and it looks lovely here with the bamboo and the Trachycarpus leaves. It's a small Trachycarpus, just gives a very good jungle vibe. I've also got Eryngium planum here, which is a sea holly. This is the common form, but it self-seeds and it really is a magnet for bees and insects. You can have hundreds of them on one plant almost. And I've also got the Alstroemeria Indian Summer. Just look at the colour of this, and this flower just goes on and on and on. It's one of the Alstroemerias that will flower continually almost. I have the Ficus carica, which I love for the shape of the leaf and the fact that it's a hardy plant and you've got figs that are growing on it. I've got fruit on it at the moment. The dwarf Cavendish banana plant, which I do keep in a pot, but it's a brilliant banana to grow because it only grows to a certain size and you can keep it indoors quite happily. It doesn't seem to mind central heating, and then you can just put it out again. It's surrounded by a Fatsia japonica spider's web, and at the very back, if you can see behind that, there is a rhododendron molten gold, which is the rhododendron with the yellow variegated leaf. And to the right in this picture, there is a yellow flowering plant, a yellow helenium. This palm is Boutia odorata, otherwise known as the jelly palm or pindo palm, and it's a palm that's native to southern Brazil and Argentina, and it does have quite significant hardiness, which makes it a suitable contender for the UK climate. It has orange fruits. It can tolerate temperatures down to -12, and it prefers full sun or light shade. It needs well-drained soil, dislikes waterlogged conditions. I've planted it with an awful lot of gravel and it's slightly raised here. It's been through one winter. Long term, I've yet to see how well it will do in this position, but fingers crossed. I've rejigged this area a little bit because it needed some changes to make it a bit more interesting. I've got the Yucca rostrata here, which really is a bit of a showstopper in arid gardens. It's native to Texas and northern Mexico. It can have a trunk up to 4.5 meters tall, and I really love it because it's got that silvery blue, the sword-shaped leaves. It needs full sun and it needs well-drained soil. I have it slightly raised with the planting that I've done here. And I also have the Echinops blue globe thistle, the Eryngium sea holly, and the Magnolia tripetallata. Now, just to explain a little bit about Magnolia tripetallata, so you do not confuse it. You can probably identify it by the fact that it's not got a glossy leaf, it's actually got a matte leaf. It's absolutely huge, and if you see a large one of these, as I have done in an arboretum, it's absolutely amazing. So I've also planted it with a Miscanthus cosmopolitan, and I've kept a Musa basjoo in a pot, just while I work out exactly what I want to do here. And there's a red alstroemeria. So it looks a little bit bare because it's an area that's being reworked, but I think it's going to look absolutely fabulous. Here I've got a large Trachycarpus specimen that I recently planted. So it might look a little bit more tatty while it finds its feet, and it's underplanted by Acanthus mollis bears breeches with the purple and white bracts. And we've also got the Aruncus here, which has gone over, but even with the flowers having gone over, it still looks quite architectural. This is Cordyline australis with a Cotinus or Cotinus royal purple next to it, which has beautiful flowers in the summer. And I've also got Fargesia demessa jerry, which is a black leaved bamboo, but the stems are really interesting colour. And I've also got a bromeliad called Fascicula bicolor. This is Euphorbia John Phillips, which is a variant of Euphorbia similar to Euphorbia mellifera in size. It's really quite big and grand. It's got larger leaves. It's a really magnificent Euphorbia. It's done this in 3 years. And actually, I've got a little Euphorbia mellifera in the little stumpery here. And this area is, in fact, a woodland area. It's all a little bit shaded, so that's why I've got this stumpery here, these old bits of wood artistically arranged. The gold conifer on the right is Thuja plicata goldie, and you can see the Chemerops humilis there, which is a good kind of filler plant. And Roost typhina tiger eyes, which has got its best foliage colour in the sun. This is in partial shade, but just look at the stems, that red stem against that really architectural weeping foliage. It's just an amazing plant. The underplanting here shows the Oralia cordata sun king, which is the golden foliage plant that's low growing, and the Acer shana, also Persicaria purple fantasy. These plants really seem to sing, I think, with the earthy tones of the wooden debris from the stumpery, and they are illuminated really by the golden foliage of the Thuja plicata. The whole arrangement is just full of textural contrasts.